People, and welcome to this tutorial in Maya. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create hybrid FK and dynamics. So in right here you can see a setup that is just a like simple FK, right? That you can move like this. But the good thing about this is that there is a small control that says dynamic on off, and it's already turned on. So if you hit play, you have dynamics with the FK, and you can modify this to be exactly as you want and hit play, and it's going to preserve the shape you gave it, but it's going to have the dynamics. So that's why it's hybrid. Okay, so first of all I'm going to delete pretty much everything except for the joints. Okay, show joints. What I have here is just a simple geometry and a chain of joints, 6 joints. Doesn't have anything, and just it's oriented to set. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this joint chain and rename it. I'm using Comet for this and tools rename, and instead of being Dean, I'm going to call it FK. Okay, then I'm just going to remove this number 1 in here. Okay, so what I'm using for the dynamics to be really simple and easy is the bonus tools. If you don't have the bonus tools, you can download it from Autodesk Maya page, and it's for free. And you can download it from 2015 I think to 2020 and everything else. So just download them, install it, and close Maya, open it again, and you're going to find this. Okay, it's very easy. So selecting the first joint, the last joint, go to bonus tools, bonus tools, rigging, and click on make joints dynamic. If you are using lower versions of 2020 like 19 or 18, it's going to be called to make bones dynamic. Is the only difference, but it's the same tool. So selecting first one, last one, selecting single chain here, and default settings in here, just create. And now you have, let me hide the FK chain that is doing nothing right now. You have a dynamic chain, really easy. So if you select this cross in here, that is the handle, you will find hair stiffness, gravity damping, and friction. The gravity doesn't work because it's working with the classic solver, and don't use the classic solver because it's so old. So just use the nucleus, and if you want to affect the gravity, go to nucleus and go here in gravity 9.8. Okay, so yeah, that's how you modify the gravity. But stiffness is like to have more rigid type of dynamic, and damping is having less secondary action, and friction is, well, friction, right? So yeah, that's it. And now that you have the dynamic working, you have to create the FK. So I have 6 joints, but I'm just going to create 5 controls, and selecting here curves and duplicate 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the NURBS inside each joint of the FK. Select them and just put 0, 0, 0 in translation and rotation. Rotate 90 in set and make them bigger. Let me remove this. Okay, and you can even make this smaller, and this one as well. Okay, and maybe this one as well. Okay, so now that you have like a good shape, you can select them again, freeze scale, and now I'm going to go to display shapes and open each of the shapes. Select shape number 1 with joint number 1, and here in mail you write parent minus R minus S and enter. Then number 2 with number 2, and the upper arrow in the keyboard to repeat the command, 3 and 3, upper arrow, 4 and 4, again, 5 and 5. Here. That. And now you can remove the nerve circle transforms and hide the shapes in the outliner. So now your joints are already shapes, which is pretty cool. You can even delete by type history if you want, so they are going to be cleaner. Select all of them, go to, well, I'm using commenting here for renaming and creating zero outs or offsets, but you can make the offset whatever you want, and hit zero out. Okay, now you have a control that is taking the transformations of the control, sorry, a group, and I'm going to select, well, I'm going to create the last control as well. So in this case I'm using comet shapes cube. You can use whatever you want and call it dynamics control. Make a zero out of it and lock and hide everything. Go to edit, add attribute, and make a attribute called dynamic on off, minimum 0, maximum 1. And put this control inside the FK number 6, or even inside the FK number 5. Okay. So after that, wait, what's happening here? What did I miss? I think I forgot to, well, doesn't make any difference. Just select all the controls, rotate from center, and there we go. Nothing happened. Okay. So the thing remaining here is to connect the dynamic to the FK. So I'm going to select join number 1 in dynamic and zero out of the FK number 1 and go to rigging, parent constraint. After that, if I do everything else the same, I mean I do parent constraint, the FK is not going to work anymore. So I'm just going to use connection editor. So window, general editors, connection editor, and select join 2, 3, 4, 5 from the dynamics and join zero out of the FK 2, 3, 4, 5. And just connect rotate and translate. You can connect just rotate, but it's better, I mean I prefer to have both. Okay. And well, if you want, you can lock and hide this because it's not going to work. And now select, well, now that I have all of this selected, select the geometry and skin by skin with selected joints. Okay. Well, after that you can even put some colors into the controls. So go to display, drawing overrides, enable, and put some yellow or any color you want. And in this you can put like this one. Okay. So right now I'm going to save. If I hit play, I have an FK driven by the dynamic, and if I move it like any form you want, it's going to work. Remaining thing is, the only thing that is missing is to connect the dynamics on and off. So go to set driven key, put the control as parent in driver, and then go to hair system stuff, hair system, lower key in the keyboard, lower arrow in the keyboard, and select when the dynamics is 1, the simulation method is all follicles. When the dynamic is 0, the simulation method is off and hit key. And that's it. So right now it's off, so if I hit play, there is no dynamic. It's just a simple FK working, okay? Let me put like a normal FK. But if I turn it on, now I have dynamic FK. So last thing is to do a little bit of cleanup. And for that, I'm just going to select the FK, dynamic joints, and hair system follicles, Ctrl G. And this is the thing that you're going to connect to the rest of the rig, right? So this is going to be tail rig or something, tail group. And the nucleus and the hair stuff created by the bonus tools, just put it MISC group. And you have to put this outside the rig. So you have the hierarchy, the geometry, the tail group, and the MISC. So hope this is useful. Don't forget to hide this. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time.